Hello everyone, welcome to another Trimcraft Tuesday video. This week I am using the latest collection from Trimcraft, which is the very beautiful Folkland by Dovecraft, and it is so pretty and lovely. So at the weekend I put on my Instagram stories what should be the first project I did with this collection, a scrapbook layout or cards, and it was a 60-something% vote for scrapbook layout, so that's what I'm doing this week, and then maybe next week we'll do some cards, we will see. But what I'm starting with this is what I did a couple of weeks ago with the Sweet Moments collection, is using the stamp and die set to just kind of create some of my own embellishments. So I've just got a scrap of fairly decent quality cardstock here, and I'm going in with Distress Oxide in Seedless Preserves and Abandoned Coral, and I think Faded Jeans was the other one. I'm not 100% sure, but the correct information will be in the description box. And then taking StazOn ink and stamping out all the cute little, not all of the stamps obviously, because some of them are sentiment stamps, but there's the little rose, there's a butterfly, there's a key, a little bird like a hummingbird, and of course the stag. So yes, I'm just stamping those all over, trying to get a mix of them on the different colours, and then some of them on where the colours blending and stuff. And then I'm just going to take those and die cut them with my Big Shot. Now only the I keep calling it a deer, it's a stag. The stag and the key and the bird have matching dies, so the roses and the butterflies I had to fussy cut, but they're not very complicated shapes to fussy cut. So once those are all done, I'm going to basically make my own little flare things. Now this has been done 1,000 times before, I am no way claiming any originality here. I definitely saw it years and years ago on YouTube, but yes, you get these little epoxy stickers. They're very, very cheap, little 1-inch circle stickers, and you can just like make your own little flare with them, kind of thing. So I'm just punching some 1-inch circles. I've got some Dovecraft glitter card there that I'm using, that reddish one. It's called Wine, I think. Oh, it's so gorgeous. I need to go and find another one because it was sent to me in a design team package and I just love it. Anyways, yes, and so I'm just sort of taking the circle that I've punched and just using little bits and pieces to create my little flare kind of thing. Now you can't make it with too much depth because then the epoxy sticker is not going to stick on top. So max kind of 2 things I'm putting on there. As you saw as well, I also punched out some teeny tiny little hearts and butterflies as well. So each circle kind of gets a main element and then a little heart or a little glittery butterfly on it. So I'm just kind of got a little assembly line going there, doing various things. Most of the little things I've cut there, they are wider or bigger in some places than 1 inch, so I'm kind of having them partially in the circle, and then I'm going to go around and cut off the excess because, well, it would look silly, wouldn't it, if bits of paper were sticking out from underneath the epoxy sticker. That would look very, very silly. So yes, that's what I'm going to do once I've just finished creating my little things, is just trim off those kind of edges. So like, for example, the little stag's head is just kind of peeking in from the side kind of thing. So yes, and then those epoxy stickers, I picked those up from eBay. You can get them on Amazon. Just put in epoxy stickers 1 inch or something and you'll get a load of options. They are not expensive. You can get square shapes, you can also get heart shapes. The circles are the most common, but yes, you just put them on really like that. They're all adhesive backed, so you just put them on like that. You do have to sort of squeeze hard or just press down hard like I was doing there, just to make sure they adhere, especially with the glitter card. Glitter cardstock is kind of famous for not being very it doesn't want to stick to things sometimes, so especially on the ones where I'd use the glitter, I really had to squeeze quite hard to make sure it was just going to stay on there, but they all do, and there they go. So there's sort of the little embellishments I'm making this week. I don't think I use them all, so it does mean I've got them to use in other projects as well. And yeah, they're just kind of cute and fun, and people don't really use flare these days. Yet, like, they never come in kits or anything, so it's just fun to kind of make some, I suppose. So on to the layout proper. Now we are however many minutes into the video. I'm just starting with 12 by 12 white cardstock for this layout, and these photos here, as you see, they were done in a sort of collage kind of thing, so I'm just cutting them out like that, leaving a little bit of the black border because that means, well, I do mat them with another thing, but it means they've already got a bit of a border or a matting on them, so yay. And then I'm going to do a little bit of mixed media to start with. Oh no, wait, I'm going to choose some papers first. Am I? Yes, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to choose that key paper and then that one with that sort of lace effect there. But as I said, first I'm going to go in with just a light bit of mixed media first. Some Nouveau Embellishment Mousse in gold and this Tim Holtz rose stencil. If you see me struggling when I'm doing this, it's because I picked up the wrong palette knife. Like I got a really, really flimsy one by accident. This is what I generally tend to use for like just putting little dabs of gel medium on things. This one is a bit flimsy and was not very fun to stencil with, but the other one was in a different room and I'm so lazy. So anyways, that's why it took me a little longer than usual. But once I'd done this main line down the middle of the stenciling, I didn't like that it had a straight edge. I was going to cover it up on the left, so that didn't matter, but I just wanted some bits sticking out on the right kind of thing, just because I thought it would look less, I don't know, uniform, is that the word? That'll do. So yes, I've done some of that. I did, by the way, dry between putting down each, you know, when I lift the stencil up and put it back down again, I do dry between those bits with the heat tool, just so that I don't smush it when I put the stencil back down. And then I'm just very simply going in with some Kuretake pearlescent watercolours. This is in, it's called like pearlescent scarlet red or something, but it's not, I personally wouldn't say scarlet red is the best way to describe this colour. Kind of a pinky, darkish, reddish, I don't really know, but it goes quite well with the collection. So I just sprayed water on, I just kind of dabbed the watercolour on there to kind of let it do its own thing, and I did add heavier like bits of watercolour around where the actual flowers are, so they're more red roses kind of thing. Now I'm just tearing up strips for the side here. I'm just going to layer these up. So I'm just going to, oh, I knocked the camera, sorry about that. Yeah, I'm just going to layer these up like so. So I've just torn those, making sure they face the right way and everything, obviously. I've made like 3 cards recently with this thing, with just tearing up strips and having them layered like that. I've just got a thing for it at the moment. I'm sure it'll go in a week. I go through phases. So yes, and then I'm just going to put those down like so with double-sided tape. Obviously, I didn't have to have both sides torn because they're going to be, you know, covered up kind of thing. For this one, I knew that it was going to be wider than the paper, so I've put the double-sided tape straight onto the layout, just in case you are wondering why I was doing that, and then just trimming that bit off the edge leg. So where's my picture? Actually, it's probably about time that I should talk about that. Oh, there they are. Oh, I am just going to ruffle up those ripped edges as well, just for a bit of depth and dimension and whatnot. Anyway, the pictures, there's not loads to say about them, really. Obviously, there's 4 small pictures. They are all from the same trip, the same day, in fact. I have, as many of you know, I have quite a few sisters. We were visiting one of them who lives in Sheffield, and we went for this lovely day out at a place. I think it was called like a butterfly farm or something, but it's one of those places that was like originally called Butterfly Farm and then now has grown and extended, now has loads of animals and loads of activities for kids and stuff. So it's just a collection of little pictures from that day, really. There was owls. There's 2 pictures with the girls holding the owl, my nieces, and then my little nephew Finley, who must have been very small at the time. None of us can remember the exact date, annoyingly. We think it was 2011, but might have been 2012. I think it's 2011, but anyway, this is why you should really scrapbook close to the time. Obviously I wasn't scrapbooking at this time, but you know what I mean, when you can't go back to a picture, like I have no idea what the date of this picture is, which is a shame, but I've got a rough idea of when they were. Anyway, I put the Love washi tape up the other side of the layout. That's obviously from the collection. I just kind of thought it would bring it all in, tie it all in together, kind of ground the whole thing rather than it sort of floating off into the atmosphere. I don't know. For my title, I just used that gold glitter tag, by the way, cut it in half and used it as sort of borders at the very top picture and the bottom picture there. The title is from, I think it's a Maggie Holmes Flourish thickers, I think. Don't yell at me if I've got that wrong, but they are great thickers, and I kind of think I need a second pack of these because I keep using them quite a lot. But I just called it Happy Day. I think the colour, that lovely gold, and I think the font goes with this collection very nicely, and just Happy Day, nice and simple, it kind of works. It was a happy day. And now from this point onwards, it's pretty much just a whole load of embellishing using a mix of the ones I have made and with the, the fake flair with the epoxy stickers, the ones that I have fussy cut, just, those are going on all over the place. I actually decided there needed to be one of those epoxy ones next to the title as well. I don't know why, I just felt like it needed to be there. I've got my little butterflies, which are going on with glue dots. And then just some of the little fussy cut or die cut pieces on their own as well, because, you know, I couldn't have every embellishment as an epoxy sticker, because then the whole layout would just be really, really shiny. But yes, what am I doing there? I'm mildly off screen. I'll put a little key down by Happy Day. I don't really know why, I just did. A couple of little gold glitter hearts. What now? Another little gold glitter heart. Just building up those little clusters of embellishments to make sure they just don't look too lost and on their own. And there, as I said, just nice little clusters going on. I took some of those little hearts that are from that same thicker pack that the title came from, just to include, you know, something with the same style as the title kind of thing, tie it all in together. And then a couple of the puffy stickers from the collection. I have since ordered some spare of these. If you saw my unboxing video of this collection, I was like, oh, I'm going to need some spares of these. I have ordered spares, do not worry. I will not confess how many I've ordered, though. It's more than one. Anywho, then the glitter enamel dots from this collection, which are just, oh, so beautiful. So those are going on as well. They are adhesive backed, but I always just like to be doubly sure and add a little bit of another kind of adhesive onto enamel dots and stuff, just in case, you know. So a little bit of tacky glue going on there as well. I added another puffy sticker next to that blue butterfly down the bottom there, because he just looked a little bit lonely and needed another little embellishment cluster. And I think, yes, I am finished. There we go. So thank you so much for watching. If you haven't seen my unboxing of this collection or share video or whatever you want to call it, I will link that so you can see all the lovely pretty things. Links as always in the description box below. Please leave me a comment if you have anything to say, any questions or anything. Please leave me a thumbs up if you enjoyed the video. It really helps me out. And I think I'm done. Okay, thank you so much again. Bye bye.